Steve Slayton, it is bracket time. Now, I just said I fill out quite a few of these things because you know what? Because I won a big one year, 20 years ago, and now I think I've got some system. It hasn't worked since. Do you do the brackets and do you have ones you do every year with people?
I don't do anything crazy frivolously, but I'll do one just for fun, for shits and giggles. But I don't think I follow enough of the basketball as a whole to be, hey, putting my hat in the ring of being a real winner.
Well, I don't either. I just like doing them, but I do think that we should have done it this year. Is we'll do brackets next year for because I saw forecast has that going on. The TBT's got it's a TBT tournament. By the way, I think I might have reposted that on our Twitter at Burning Couch Pod. Pretty good prizes from the T, not from just West Virginia, but the whole entire TBT.
I applaud them for giving it up.
Yeah, it was nice. A nice. I'm definitely registering. I want free stuff from Puma. Although, man, oof, I should bring him out. My wife really went overboard and got me the Bugs Bunny Air Jordans. They're gray and pink. They are fat. Anyway, so tournament brackets. Here's what I've got in the first rounds. My upsets. Let's see who I've got here. I have Drake, number 12, taking down the Miami Hurricanes. Why? Because Drake is good and I hate Miami. So there we go. Kent State beats Indiana on my bracket. Another big upset of that's a 13 over a 4. And let's see. The other ones aren't as big up. Let's see. I'm in the top half of the bracket right now. I think that's my big ones for that bracket. And of course, West Virginia wins over Maryland. In this lower half of the bracket, here are my upsets. I have picked VCU to beat St. Mary's. I just heard good things about VCU, and I really think that St. Mary's and Gonzaga play nobody all year, basically. I do have Gonzaga beating Grand Canyon, though. Boise State beating Northwestern. Let's see. Also, some upsets on my side. Providence beats Kentucky. Oh, did I just say that? Yes, I did. Another first round goodbye to Kentucky in my book. That is it. Oh, VCU, la, 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 la. Yeah, those are my first ones. And then, as far as like teams making it through to the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16, I got Memphis in there. I've got Providence in there, USC in there, Boise State in there. Coming down to my final four, which is Purdue, Marquette, Kansas, and TCU, with Kansas taking home the national championship. Oh, actually, no, excuse me. No, Purdue, excuse me. I have Texas and Kansas and Baylor and Marquette, Baylor and Texas in an all Big 12 final. Texas takes home the national championship. I feel like they've been playing that good. There you go.
I just watched Memphis, I think, played Tulane last weekend or early this weekend. Memphis looks really good. They put a spanking on.
Memphis is always good. You never know about Memphis.
I think too, where I think guys that play natural basketball, and I feel like it's harder to understand these younger generation. But the guys that are playing basketball and going to Memphis is, Penny. Penny's there. Penny's at Memphis. He's telling you the right things. He's telling you what you need to hear and how you need to play basketball. So I think Memphis might be my sleeper of the year.
I think they can beat Purdue, to be honest with you, in the next round. I don't have them beating Purdue because I really like that big guy, but I don't feel like they played great down the stretch. You might have just changed my pick, buddy.
Hey,
I might have to be going with Memphis over Purdue as an upset.
you spoke about Texas, but I feel watching Texas football, watching Texas basketball, watching the games they played against us, they look like true adults against minors. The way they handled us on the football field and the basketball court. So, hey, for anybody to give us a whooping like that, I had to give them a chance to win it all.
Yeah, I feel good about Texas. I feel good about the Big 12, showing out a lot of teams in the Elite Eight. But I think Houston. Everybody's hot on Houston. I do have them, but I don't. There's no way they beat Texas. I don't see that happening.
I think Houston, for just a right of Texas right, I think Houston can, because Houston has been playing lights out. They're playing like they belong, and I think that matters
Yeah.
more than anything else. When you have the confidence and you have the swagger of that you can win any game, I think Houston definitely not in my picks of anything else, but the way they're playing, they're playing like a number one seed for sure.
And I just need to, you know, it's tempting. There's a watch party, of course, here in LA. It's at 9 a.m. I've already, well, I blocked off NCAA tournament. That's when it's good to be your own boss. Because I'm like, I just anybody that knows me, I'm like, sorry, canceling the meetings, can't do them. But I can't watch with other people. Yeah, I really don't like watching with other people. I just don't enjoy it. Because I get so weird and crazy, and I pace around, and I need my space.
It's too much for me to fully fall in depth with it because it's just too much. I'm not used to, especially from football. I'm not used to
Yeah.
being that much involved. To where it's like, oh man, like you got to watch shit back to back to back. It's like, yo, listen, let me deal with my emotions, my feelings, then come deal with something. But at the same time, clicking channel to channel, I'm a one channel person.
And by the way, I know we're definitely going to do something in WVU for football season. I talked to Tony Caridi. You know, Tony Caridi, by the way, loves you, like as a person. Just so you know that. His first thing out of his mouth, "How's Steve doing?" I mean, that's his first thing he asks me whenever I see him.
I speak
He's
well
a great
about
guy.
TC, and I'm happy that he holds me in that high regard. But I always felt that I couldn't even speak to him because how much I respected him. It was, oh, you're my announcer, you're doing all this shit. It's like I didn't feel like we can have just a natural conversation. Is that I had to hold him with the utmost respect whenever I speak to him.
I still do. And it was funny. I had a hard time getting in the Coliseum early. So Tony's like, just park your car in this parking lot. Don't worry, you won't get towed. Well, I'll walk you in. They're not going to, I was like, okay, cool. So the Alabama matchup, I don't think if we win the first round, there's a possibility we might try to do a quick show and turn it around. Don't know yet. Vince doesn't know that yet. I don't know yet. But anyway, we want to stay updated with everybody and just just root for the Mountaineers, man, and keep it positive. I mean, that's the main thing. This has been nice the last few weeks. Actually, people have been really positive about the program and things, which will get ruined once football hits spring and we're going to hear all the negative stuff again. But and I tell you who's talking. Like I'm tempted, Steve. I've never been to Happy Valley. I'm tempted to go to that Penn State game, even though I don't think we have a shot in hell of winning it. But we'll save football talk for football
I'll
season.
give you a little tidbit. Being from Pennsylvania, Penn State, and that place was one of the choices I wanted to go to.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you, what's funny is that they had a camp there, and I was a fastest kid for 3 days, and I didn't get nothing. So that turned me off. I said, I don't want no more Penn State on me. I don't want no offers, nothing else, because there's nothing else I can prove. So,
yeah, they'll always be pedophile you to me though. So
shit. You had to bring it up. God damn it.
I'm so never forget. Never forget. I will never forget that.
Let it die. You let it die, but
Nope.
hey.
Nope. That program sucks. Anyway, okay. So Vince is our producer. He is not a West Virginian. He is new as a fan. I don't know. Vince, are you a fan at this point?
I'm a fan now. I'm bought in.
Okay. Let me hear what do you think about our tournament chances? And you follow basketball. You're a sports guy, right?
Yeah, I filled out a bracket as well. You guys are gonna hate.
Did you have any of my upsets, or how are we syncing?
My biggest upset, I've got Princeton taking down number 2 Arizona in the first round. I'm actually gonna be there in Sacramento, so I'll be rooting against Arizona pretty hard. But as far as West Virginia,
Is he a good luck charm or bad luck charm? Vince, that sounds like you. I said, Vince, it sounds like you're a good luck charm or a bad luck charm. I don't know how to feel about that.
no, but
You gonna be there in person?
For West Virginia,
I in general, when it comes to the Pac-12, will always put against. One year I did a bracket and just picked East Coast teams. That's the year I won because I don't think West Coast basketball is even close to what we do in the East and the Midwest at all. So I don't see Arizona lasting that long. That might be a good pick. I don't know. I haven't watched Princeton this year though, and I don't know how they're doing, so can't say too much.
Yeah, that's my biggest upset. But yeah, I've only watched live a couple games of West Virginia, to be honest with you, and it was that Kansas game, and they just didn't look very good to me. So I've got West Virginia getting bounced in the first round.
First round by Maryland?
Yeah, I've got them getting bounced.
Get out of here. Done. You're fired.
Listen, he didn't listen to the story.
Wow.
We can't lose to
Dude,
Maryland. You already said that shit to the table. That don't work. Not on Steve's time.
Let me tell you something about Maryland grads. They have no, like, it's not like WVU grads. They're like, oh, I went to Maryland. You know, except for Scott Van Pelt. God bless him. He is probably the biggest Maryland supporter in the world, and I will be sorry to watch him lose. One thing we know, though, is SVP will be talking about that game for sure. So that's fun. Any other upsets, Vince, you got? None. First round.
Let me pull up my bracket real quick. Actually, I've got a bunch of upsets. Actually,
really, are you one of those guys? Do you play a lot of upsets, and then where do you take the upset? Like, is Princeton going to win the next round in your thing? Do you think? I mean, if they could beat Arizona, certainly they could beat Missouri. Or you actually, I have Utah State beating Missouri because I think
I have
Utah
that too.
State is looking pretty.
Yeah,
good.
I've got Utah State beating Princeton, and then I've got Baylor beating Utah State, and I've got Baylor going to the Final Four beating Alabama. So that's how my South ends up. My Final Four is Baylor, Marquette, Texas, and Kansas. So
yeah, that's a good Final Four. I think
he's a basketball guy. I see Vince. Okay. Did you play baseball though? But okay.
Do you know who Mike Gansey is, Vince?
I don't.
So here's your assignment for next week. I want you to go on YouTube and just watch some Mike Gansey clips. Greatest shooter ever. Just makes Eric Stevenson, when he's hot, look like nothing.
And he's the guy that wouldn't come on our show?
But he's coming.
He's going to come once
he's coming.
Reaches out to him.
He's busy right now.
Yeah, it is basketball time, so we'll hit him up for football. Well, as always, when we don't have a guest, Steve and I like to play a game. Last week, your last show, you weren't here, so I had to. What game? It was pretty. What did we play last week, Steve? It was fun. We did a cooking game last time. That was actually kind of fun.
It was a food question.
Yeah, the food questions were fun. But what have you got prepared for us today, Vince?
All right, we've got a new game this week. It's called Sweet 16. So we're doing last year's bracket. I'm going to even give you guys the seeds of 5 matchups from the Sweet 16 last year, and you're going to have to tell me who won. So we'll see how good you guys' memory is.
Oh, man. Okay.
I love it.
All right.
All right. This might be a guessing game, although I did fill out brackets and pay attention, but I don't even remember what I did this morning. So anyway.
I didn't last year, so
yeah, we're old, dude.
Matthew, you win.
All right, let's see. First question, we had number 5, Houston, taking on number 1, Arizona.
Houston won.
I will say Arizona then.
Houston did win. Steve's got 1. All right, next one, number 15, St. Peter's, number 3, Purdue.
Oh, it's me, St. Pete's.
In honor of the game, because I always play a healthy game, I would say Purdue.
St. Pete's took that one.
I mean, that was like the most exciting. Watching St. Pete's run was so much fun.
All right, number 4, Arkansas, and number 1, Gonzaga.
Arkansas.
I think it's Arkansas too. I thought the Zags got bumped early.
Yep, Arkansas won. Both you guys get 1. And then next one is number 11, Michigan, and number 2, Villanova.
That would have been Vanilla Nova, as they used to be called, because they were so white.
They celebrated something last year. They celebrated the win, so I'm going to go with Michigan.
It was Villanova. Matty gets that one. So Matty up by 1.
That is it. Okay.
Number 4 Providence and number 1 Kansas.
I mean, you put a Big 12 school in there. That makes it a little easier, I think. But Steve, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kansas. That answer from Matthew.
Do we have another one after this? If I get this wrong,
Yeah, we've got tiebreakers.
I mean, I can't miss this one because it's actually. So is Kansas and who?
Providence.
That's right, but Baylor's the one that won last year, not Kansas. I will say Providence.
Kansas was the winner.
Okay. All right. Steve wins. Give us the last couple that you have just for fun.
Number 11 Iowa State and number 10 Miami.
Yeah,
Iowa State.
Gaffers.
No, Miami.
Really?
Miami.
Oh, that's right. Because Iowa State's never moved on that far, but yet still thinks they're a Super Bowl caliber team better than us. Anything else? You got another one?
Last two are easy, but let's see. Number 3 Texas Tech and number 2 Duke. Duke. And then last one, number 8 UNC and number 4 UCLA.
UNC
made it all the way.
Win, Steve. You were the champion.
I know I won.
So enjoy your win.
Hey, beautiful people that follow the pod that believe in Mountaineers. I appreciate you. We appreciate you, and we need more fans of you to appreciate us. And you convert anybody you need to be on the right side and the happy side of believing in Mountaineer Nation. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, Steve23 Slayton. Instagram, Mr. Slayton. But hey, I'm your chef. I'm chopping it
up. Don't forget to follow at Burning Couch Pod on all socials, plus our YouTube. You can watch this video and tell me what you think is in Steve's cup by watching on YouTube. I don't have a Twitter still. I mean, there is one there, but it's the guys hijacked it. They put up 3 things about crypto and have done nothing with it. Twitter is worthless. Nobody works there. Don't get me started. But you can follow me on Instagram if you wanted to. It's just me and my dogs for the most part. That's at Matty Stout, STAUDT. Don't forget to check out other shows. Go to jamstreetmedia.com, including show produced in West Virginia, Appalachian Mysteria, True Crime. Very good. We got some new stuff to put up on that show. So, all right. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to use that bonus code of Burning Couch at the Burning Couch at the Book Exchange. You know, we need to print a shirt up and see if they'll sell it for us. I bet they would.
Oh, the hot shit? Yeah, the hot shit go off the shelves.
I've asked everyone on my staff to mock up a shirt 100 times, and not one of them has done it. Vince, you know, a little extra effort. You know, that's all I ask from people. But anyway, we'll talk to you after we have made it to the Sweet 16. Steve, last word goes to you, sir.
Beautiful people, stay beautiful. Lovers, stay loving. Hate, get out of my face.
There you go. Bye, everybody.
From Jam Street Media.